I've never went out of my way to directly criticize or doom post or attack Genshin Impact because I don't think it's a bad game. I think it does plenty of things right, and it is essentially the grandfather of current generation gacha games. Without Genshin Impact, we wouldn't have games like Arcanite Tenfield or Wuthering Waves or Dash of Vermilion upcoming, or An Everness to Everness, Ananta. Any of the current gacha games that are big, popular, we wouldn't have had this generational shift in terms of direction. Sure, some of the people over on Twitter are a little bit extreme, and that's putting it lightly, but a lot of people, much like Wuthering Waves players, just play their game and don't care about what other people play, what other people talk about, what other people do. With this in mind, when something terrible happens, naturally, I cover it. When something awesome happens, naturally, I cover it. In this instance, this might be one of the most discussed topics in recent gacha history. So naturally, we're gonna talk about it. There were so many people attacking Hoyo and Genshin Impact for this singular image based off of their version 6.5 official art. Before we go ahead and dive into this though, I want to point out two things. I retweeted it and just said, oops, that was it. This apparently upset some people, triggered some people. Two, I have a brand new gacha review channel just titled Stix 2 that you should subscribe to, because I'm going to have up gacha reviews for every single gacha game that currently exists. This right here is the artwork in question. It was from version 6.5. You can see that there is a very peculiar looking Paimon here. You can see if you zoom in very close that she happens to have 6 fingers. That is not typically ordinary for human beings. The Paimon isn't, I believe, a human being, but you know, she's as a human form. But she has 6 fingers. The Genshin Universe Twitter, which has 330,000 followers, tweeted, Genshin players, Genshin content creators, Genshin official Genshin social media accounts were all covering this because this is a monumental blunder. On the one hand, this somehow passed the quality check, an actual quality check where real human beings looked over this and said, yep, that looks normal. They looked at every aspect of this image: hips, hair, facial structure, eyes, food, balloons, location, and character models, character hands, character fingers, character feet, everything. And they didn't catch that. This has caused an immense amount of people to start claiming that this was actually AI generated. Now, I'm not here to claim that this is in fact AI generated. I don't think I'm informed enough to be able to make that decision or to be able to surmise that. I do think it is entirely possible that it was AI generated. They do elaborate a little bit more on this in the comment section. Not Hoyo themselves. Hoyo themselves haven't addressed anything. I did go take a look at the live stream itself that apparently happened, what, a day or two ago? The live stream does feature all 6 fingers on display. I don't know if during the live stream players were discussing this, players were pointing it out, and I don't know if it had been addressed at the time, but the fact that they managed, they kept this online is probably indicative of the fact that they had no idea, that Hoyo just actually had absolutely no idea whatsoever. Unloyal here says, watch how they will defend this shit, because unlike that other misinfo one with Wua, this actually has 6 fingers. And they go ahead here and show other artwork where another one of their characters also had 6 fingers. They then show the picture of Paimon here, and if you zoom in to Paimon, you can actually see it. If you take a moment here, you can see Paimon's legs, her feet. So that is a right leg and a right foot. That looks normal, right? That is also a right leg and a right foot. So yeah, that looks very much so like they kind of just copied and pasted the leg, or the foot at the very least, from the ankle down, because that in no way is a left leg. I'm sorry. You can see where the inside of the ankle is, and that's right here. That should not be on her left leg. So once again, this has led further people to claim AI. And again, I'm not here to dissuade people from thinking that way, because it might be. It genuinely, a lot of these mistakes could very well be AI. And with the AI push that China has been doing, I wouldn't put it past them. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. More people pointing out the weird, distorted right leg on her left leg. AI or not, a billion-dollar company must have a double check before pushing anything online. It is the face of the company, which after the employee deleted incident, Navia, Paimon, 2 side shoes, they don't have enough to hire a proper one anymore. It is human error if Hoyo does it, but if it's other games, they make a whole damn drama. That's very true. So what the alternative here is, and this could also be plausible, is that it is actually to do with layers. People have been claiming, not in this specific tweet, but people have been claiming that it was a layer issue, that they had multiple different layers enabled and they just forgot to disable the layers. And again, sure, that might be true. It might be, but like worst or best case scenario, yeah, it has something to do with the layers. That is the definite best case scenario. And if it does have something to do with layers, that means that there was no quality check in place at all. That means this entire thing went live without a real human being sitting there quality checking it. And if they're not quality checking things that are this big, then what the fuck are they doing? And how can we trust them to quality check other things in the game? Things that are far more important than the promotional art. Genshin Impact social media did not address this, but they did release a brand new trailer, and in that trailer, Paimon does in fact have 5 fingers. So they were actively aware that they done fucked up by putting 5 or by putting 6 fingers on Paimon. So they were evidently aware of the situation. They didn't say, oh, whoops, sorry, to try and appease players that were upset. Okay, look, that was a simple mistake. We had additional layers. The team did not catch on to it in time. We apologize. In the future, we'll pay closer attention to our promotional art, our splash art, and we'll try not to let this happen again. Players are happy. That would completely debunk all allegations of AI, but nope, they remained completely quiet. And now this entire thing is run rampant. And because they haven't outright objected to it, they haven't outright denied it, it lends further validity to the fact that it might be AI. And if it is AI, then what are they wasting all the money that players spend on the game on? Now look, I have done numerous sponsors for Genshin, Star Rail, Honkai Impact 3rd, Zenless Zone Zero. I literally did a Genshin sponsor in January. I included Zenless Zone Zero in my list of gacha games that I think are worth playing in 2026. Evidently, I don't dislike Hoyoverse. Evidently, I think there are very positive pros to a lot of their games. But when a company blatantly messes up like this, you have to point it out and you have to address it. And they didn't, and that's disappointing. Whether they used AI, whether it was just an issue with layers, nobody knows. Nobody's ever going to know. But as a direct result of them not addressing it, these AI accusations are going to now exist forever. And the funny part is they have attacked Kudo and Wuthering Waves for using quote-unquote AI as well, which was all misinformation. And now that they actually genuinely have something that could be AI, they are on the complete defensive. Karma is a bitch, ain't it? I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.